like climbing the trees like dirty hippies.
Yes, you are correct. It's a bit weird. Like hundreds of people standing around, getting very excited, clapping. Just one dude. Because it's London Marathon Day. And it seems that, that's what people like to do. Not just today, but I mean the whole weekend has been to do with standing around, just sort of gawping at little things. I may be able to see it from here, hopefully I can. Over there, can you see there's a screen? And there's a few people just sort of looking at the screen. And probably won't be able to see it, but over in that garden over there, oh yeah, there's it, behind the trees, there's another screen and lots of people just standing around, gawping at a screen. But not much is going on. But it's been a fairly active weekend in central London because it's Shakespeare's death day. Most of the time we will celebrate birthdays, but today, well, yesterday, yes, today, no, yesterday. Are they clapping a single dude again? Maybe they are. Surely there's so much commotion, it must be more than one man. It's two. Confirmed. 2 men. Honk the horn for 2. Wonder what happens when there's 3. Presumably when it's 3, they bang the drums and they do a little dance, possibly. Maybe they save that for 4. So yeah. Today is Sunday, it's the 24th of April. Yesterday was the 23rd of April, which apparently is Shakespeare's death day. 400 years since Shakespeare's death. The City of London School is here. Not many people looking at it, because they're looking at the couple of dudes wandering about and not paying attention to this Donald Trump lookalike on a bicycle. Right, Donald. Maybe not looking up at this. Shakespeare. It says Shakespeare. Notice the spelling? Do you think that is an accident that it says Shakespeare rather than Shakespeare, or do you think possibly the City of London School, which is now JP Morgan, oh, they're getting excited again, maybe it's because I said JP Morgan, do you think possibly this is a higher place of learning and they know that this guy so-called depicted, wow, they're really shouting now, must be 3 people, this guy, is that Shakespeare, Shakespeare? What about this guy? Who is this guy pointing or gesturing towards some kind of manuscript? Who's that? It's Sir Francis Bacon. So there are Sir Francis Bacon and Shakespeare side by side. Actually, Shakespeare on a place of higher learning, a very expensive private school. I'm now regretting trying to film this near to the crazy people, overly excited, cheering on, I suppose. You know, there's nothing inherently wrong with the London Marathon. If anything, you know, it's just a distraction from more real things. So, the death of Shakespeare. This isn't going to be a long documentary about the Shakespeare-Baconian mystery or controversy.
He says Sir Francis Bacon, the Rosicrucian initiate, wrote into the Shakespearean plays the secret teachings of the fraternity of the Rose and Cross.
And of course they're celebrating the death day of Shakespeare on the day of the Rosy Cross, 23rd of April, St. George's Day, where the rose, of course, doesn't symbolise life, but does in fact symbolise death and sacrifice. But this isn't the documentary about Shakespeare, really. I just wanted to show you what was going on today, some of the strange things of people standing about gawping at stuff. And earlier on, I was looking at those people. I was watching them, watching the screen.
It is now dead midnight. Cold, fearful drops stand on my trembling flesh. What do I fear? Myself. Come, boy, prepare yourself.
Is there any remedy?
None but to lose your eyes.
How sour sweet music is when time is broken, no proportion kept. So is it in the music's men's lives. And here have I the daintiness of ear to check time broke in a disordered strain.
Can you believe that bloody noise? That woman is a menace to society. You know, Sunday, people are trying to like worship imaginary beings today. They won't be able to concentrate on their hypnosis with a loud lady like that. I'm going over there in a minute, just to let you know, it's possibly the coldest it's ever been when I've been out filming, and it's absolutely bloody freezing. It feels like it's icy. There are people. I'm at the Tate. Well, I'm on the Millennium Bridge, which goes over to the Tate Modern, and they have all of these screens. Can you see, like, everybody's just like standing around watching the telly with like their hoods on, you know, people's dress. Look, she's wearing ski gear. That tells you how bloody freezing it is right now. And all of these people, they're hanging around, they're watching the TV, they're watching Henry V. I haven't seen Henry IV or Henry III, II or 1. They're watching stuff, they're watching little bits of plays, all the most horrific, scary and homoerotic parts of the Shakespearean plays. That's what they're doing. Because it's well, I'm going to go over to the Shakespeare's Globe because a man went there the other day that I want to talk about. That is mildly apt, isn't it? The man with no face. The man who nobody knows who the hell he was. Or if he was anybody. Or if he was everybody. Very strange. I imagine that it's looking a little bit different to how it normally would, seeing as they had a presidential visit the other day, yesterday, from Barack Obama. There's some people behind me in so-called period dress. Yeah, they had a visit from Barack Obama. And the one thing I have noticed about Barack Obama is that whenever he is photographed, he always looks like he is sort of on his own, or at least feeling a bit lonely just with a few people around him. But actually, I've seen him in real life, and he's surrounded by a massive entourage of hundreds and hundreds, almost, of security folks. See how, look at this stuff. The mask upon the mask upon the mask. It's all pretty scary, really, when you think about it. There used to be a thing in advertising called Hell Cell. I think it was made illegal in the United States, where they were using demonic imagery because apparently it unseats the psyche, and therefore you sort of more firmly attach yourself to positive brands. So they give a demonic image, and then they have the brand, which is more positive, and you attach yourself to it, which obviously is going on here. You know, after a while, looking at all these screens, watching all the horrific horror homoeroticism in Shakespeare's plays, you probably have a more friendly, you know, your wallet is more open when you visit Pizza Express. So, President Obama made a presidential visit to Shakespeare's Globe here for the 400-year death day of Shakespeare. It's good to worship and recognise important deaths, especially if you're President of America. You know a lot about death. I didn't manage to make it down here, but if I had made it down here, I would have come to this road here. This is like the secure entrance where you can approach with a convoy of small tanks, which presumably is what happened, but unfortunately I didn't make it down here because I was working. But I did, however, on my lunch break the other day, manage to bump into Barack Obama at Downing Street.
Obama! If you promise! Close Guantanamo! No!
Ce la fanno, dai, non ce la fanno. Franco e Tito, guardare dentro. Dai, Franco, guys through? These yeah. Can you let those two guys through? These yeah.
Unless, of course, it's a machine gun turret.
So have you got a fixation with firearms?
Sorry?
Have you got a fixation with firearms? Is it snipers, machine guns?
No, it's just, you know...
Especially if it's like a clear shot. No, you're fine.
I think maybe the back of his head. God, it's loud. Does that music get them going? I don't know. If I was about to hit the brick wall and I heard that music, I'd probably jump over the barrier and punch somebody. I'd be like, can't you put some Pink Floyd on, dude? I don't think Pink Floyd is exercising music. The good thing about the London Marathon is that there's a whole organisation who are set up really in order to prove that each individual actually accomplishes the thing that they're supposed to be accomplishing. The difference between this, the London Marathon, and Shakespeare's plays is that there's no chain of evidence to show that that particular named individual ever accomplished anything at all. Weirdly, you would think the audience here care about that sort of thing. I would suggest possibly most of the people here would be damn sure that a guy called William Shakespeare wrote the plays, whereas I'm not. But then that's possibly because I recognise things like Sir Francis Bacon's statue being up there and William Shakespeare's statue being up there. Plus I know where we are now. I know the context of the City of London and Temple and the Church of the Knights Templar, which is over there behind that building, and the spooky secret societies that built up around the Rosicrucians. Not that I'm trying to make myself seem clever or anything, or accomplished, because I'm not really, but sometimes when I have the "did Shakespeare write the stuff" conversation with people, and they seem overly confident that definitely William Shakespeare wrote them, and then of course it seems to be quite evident they know nothing about Rosicrucianism, Freemasonry, secret societies, the City of London, the robe wearers, cryptography in the Elizabethan period, propaganda, or any of those things that seem to be the mainstay of running this country for the last few hundred years. It just makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. I just wonder. Okay? So I took a shot at the back of Barack Obama's head. You could say that was a security breach, but not quite as bad as that policeman showing me a piece of paper telling me where the President of the United States was going to be chilling out over the next few days. Did you see, however, on the bottom of that sheet, you had to, of course, just ignore the guys in tan trousers and tan shoes. You have to ignore the people in tan trousers and tan shoes because, you know, I'm sure that doesn't mean anything. I'm not zooming in on the woman's bum. What the hell is that? I think it's just as bewildered as I am. Bewildered. Did you notice at the bottom of that list it said TBC, the last site that Barack Obama was going to be at? TBC? Well, it was confirmed by somebody who tracks Barack Obama and runs a website that tracks Barack Obama in the hope of transparency. And thanks to that guy on that website, it transpires that Barack Obama met up with David Cameron, and the place that was never actually confirmed that they went was that they visited the Grove Hotel, where Bilderberg took place in 2013. Barack Obama and David Cameron went to play golf at the Grove Hotel in Watford. Isn't that wonderful? What a wonderful, wonderful, transparent government government leaders we have in the Western world. Brains apparently stop functioning with all this screaming.